I think the two most popular accidental forms of emotional neglect are one, spiritual bypass, and two, toxic positivity. I'm going to go over an example of what they each look like, the damage that they cause, and the way to repair. Number one, spiritual bypass. What is it? What does it look like? The definition is just using a spiritual concept to bypass an emotional experience. For example, your child comes to you and says, "Mom, I had a really bad day. Molly was really mean to me. I didn't eat much food and I failed my math test." And your response is spiritual in nature when they're having an emotional problem. Just pray for Molly. Be grateful for the food that you do have at home now. And maybe passing the math test just wasn't meant to be. Those are all spiritual concepts that you are responding to that invalidates your child's emotional pain. Now, you're probably going to get mad at me, and that's okay, because you're going to be like, what is the problem? God, this woman makes something out of everything. The reason I'm saying it is because you have the best intentions when you say this to your child. You want to help them feel better. It's hard to watch them in pain and struggle. Unfortunately, the impact of it is that they feel unheard, unseen, and misunderstood. They say, yeah, I can pray for Molly, but how does that help me solve my problem? How does that help me? Yeah, I didn't eat lunch today, and sure, I'm grateful, but what does that have to do with today and me being hungry? And then I failed my math test. Like, I feel badly about myself. So you're just missing their emotional experience. The second thing is toxic positivity, where you're like, "Molly's so nice. She probably just had a bad day." And then for the lunch, you're like, "It's kind of good. Sometimes fasting is good for the body." And then the math test, you're like, "Oh, you'll get it next time. You're really smart." So even in those scenarios, it's missing their emotional experience. And again, you mean well, but usually in these situations, your response says something more about you. Maybe that's how you deal with your difficult emotions. Maybe you feel helpless when your child is struggling. Maybe it's just kind of what you learned how to respond to things, and no one's ever taught you how to deal with your emotions. Now, again, all these things aren't inherently bad. It's just that they come naturally when you sit with your child's emotional experience. When you're curious about their pain, what it meant to them, what they needed instead, how they're feeling, naming those words. And mental clarity and perspective will come on the